But it really is an extraordinary atmosphere. Well, they've just won their third double in 6 years, but Manchester United will never be more hungry than they are tonight. It's time to join our commentators, Ron Atkinson and Clive Tilsley.
No Italian team in this year's final, so for the first time in 8 years, a chance for an Italian referee. He's Pierluigi Collina. Remember, no result in 90 minutes, and the golden goal rule prevails. Preferable maybe to penalties against the Germans. Well, a lot of water has passed under Peter Schmeichel's bridge since his headline error in Munich. A lot of champagne will pass his lips tonight if he is the man to lift the European Cup. A goalkeeper will collect the trophy because Bayern's captain is the German #1, Oliver Kahn. Two men with similar features and similar approaches to goalkeeping. Just listen to the atmosphere welling up inside the stadium. But you do wonder, is fate now taking a hand in Manchester United's destiny? The suspended Roy Keane would have missed tonight's game through injury anyway. Schmeichel in his last game would have captained the team anyway. Even the toss for colours has gone their way. They have made their own luck with their boldness and their adventure, but they have had just enough luck to stand here on the brink of history. Andy Cole back alongside his soulmate Dwight Yorke in the Manchester United attack this evening. They played brilliantly here for Manchester United against Barcelona. What a night for David Beckham, and what we believe is his preferred role, the heart of the midfield. It's the chance of a lifetime, a treble chance, the likes of which no English team has had before or may ever get again. But let's not forget, it's a treble no German side has ever completed either. There is a place in history beckoning one of these famous clubs. This is Marcus Barber. Back to Thomas Linker. Ron Atkinson, Manchester United has settled down pretty much as we expected.
Yes, it's the same lineup as we predicted not so long ago. I was quite now interested in the early part of the game is Jeremy's role in midfield, central midfield. That's a dangerous one.
Here is David Beckham. Jeremy's is close to him. I wonder how close he's going to stick tonight. Giggs on the right. Swung in towards Andy Cole, but just beyond him.
Yeah, I was watching the training session last night. I was watching both teams train, and the interesting thing for me in the little 8v8 that the Bayern Munich side had, Jeremy's did a man-to-man marking job, which is just seldom seen in an 8v8. And looking at him now, I think he's got the attention, or he's going to have the attention of looking after David Beckham.
Ball came off Stam to Carsten Janker. It's England versus Germany, the Ashes series of European football. And while 66 is a fading international memory, the score in major club finals between the two is Germany 2, England 6. Since Bayern beat Leeds in Paris in '75, German teams have lost 3 European Cup finals and last season's Cup Winners' Cup to English opponents. Tell that to the guy on the next sunbed in Mallorca this summer. It's a physically imposing Bayern side.
I think it's very important for United. They play at a fast pace. Tempo's the word we used all through the campaign. I think that's very important. They maintain and try and play at that high tempo. And it's very important for them, I think, that the wide players get attacking. If they can pin the 2 Bayern wing-backs in their own half, I think that'll be a major plus for them.
Basler. Barber. Stepping away from Butt, shrugging off Beckham. Strong run by Marcus Barber. Support from Michael Tarnack. Good attack this. Effenberger's got beyond the far post. The ball did go out of play before he reached it.
That's another feature of the play that you think you'll find from the Germans. They'll switch play very quickly out to wide areas, and then it's in the top half of the field. They'll try and hit big diagonal balls on top of the giant of a centre forward, Janka. I think when he comes out to Tarnat or right out on the other side, the ball will be thrown in. He won't look to join in the attacks at all, Janka. He'll look to just pull away to the far post areas.
Here is Michael Tarnat, who's in the side because of Lisa Ozu's injury. Jaap Stam, who was an injury doubt for Manchester United in the run-up to the final. This is Giggs. Neville. Cole. Giggs running beyond Effenberg, but picked off by Tarnat. Cleared by the only non-German in the Bayern lineup, the Ghanaian international Samuel Kuffour. It's reached York. Came off Tarnat, Kuffour trying to deal with it. It was Tarnat who hooked it clear. Stam there ahead of Janka. Jeremis with the reverse ball to Ziegler. Janka is breaking down the centre. Jonsson's got some catching up to do. Bumps past Janka on the edge of the box and concedes a free kick on the edge of the box.
I think they're very fortunate to get that free kick, Bayern Munich. That looks a genuine collision for me between Jonsson and Janka.
But they do have real possibilities from this kind of area with number 14, Mario Basler, and number 11, Stefan Effenberg, both free kick experts. Referee trying to get the Manchester United wall back the full 10 paces. Tense moment. It's Basler. Oh, deflected and in! First blood to Bayern Munich. Mario Basler with a little over 5 minutes gone. And Manchester United, as they've done time and time again on this European run, have made it hard for themselves. Basler's free kick needed a deflection. It got it. Oh, did it?
No, I thought it went straight in, Clive. I was just looking to see if it got a nick on the back of Barbel then, but it didn't. It looks as if it went straight in.
Well, Schmeichel was completely rooted. It was Barbel on the end of the wall who filled the space which Basler very cleverly found. Cole out towards Blomqvist. In towards York. And Dwight York has been penalised. They worked that very cleverly, didn't they?
Yeah, the free kick, Barbel on the end, just rolled the wall a little bit. But just looking at that, Peter Schmeichel must have terrible memories of free kicks in that particular goal. Was it Rivaldo stuck one past him when he wrong-footed him?
That's right.
There we see York challenging. I don't think that was so much a foul. He might have given it for Cole backing in. But that's always the problem for me with a goalkeeper, that they always tend to go onto the wrong foot and try and defend the side behind the wall.
Super Mario Basler, who doesn't always click on. He's a moody mixture of talent and tantrums. But he has given Bayern Munich the perfect start here in the Nou Camp.
Mind you, if it's an omen, United are quite good when the opposition give them this. Oh, that's a mix-up, that.
Well, they were 2 down in 11 minutes in the semi-final, but I would hate for them to have to go down that route again.
Well, they conceded a goal here early on, didn't they, as well?
And in Munich.
There's his wrong-footed.
It was Schmeichel's failure to react which convinced me that he'd been wrong-footed by a touch, but he hadn't. Beckham finding Giggs. Tarnat conceding the corner. Basler just rolled off the wall. And Basler found the gap that he had vacated. Beckham's corner. Deflected away at the near post by Effenberg. Turned on by Janka. Here comes Basler. A support from Ziegler to his left. Picked off, though, by Dennis Irwin. Blomqvist. That's a terrific ball to York. Referee getting in the way. Mateus finding Basler. Zickler stole a march on Stam.
I tell you what, the move that led up to the goal, just before they had the free kick, the United back four got pulled all over the place. When Zickler pulled wide, played an early ball in. They've just done it again. What's happening? Every time they develop a wide area, both strikers pull away to the far post, and in one of them, in this case Zickler, and it will be Zickler most of the time, then makes the dart at the near post.
Well, it was Mario Basler's goal against Kiev in the second leg of the semi-final that brought Bayern Munich here. It's his goal which separates the teams early in the final. Dwight York running into Jens Jeremis. Tarnat to Effenberg. Beckham managed to get a foot on the ball, but Zickler retained possession. Tarnat hooked forward, but Carsten Janker is offside.
He'll look for that time without number 18, Tarnat. He's got a sweet left foot. I don't think, having watched him in the World Cup, he's the greatest defender in the world, but he has got a sweet left foot and can ping it and will take advantage of the big centre forward.
Offside. Well, since Bayern and United qualified from their group together at Old Trafford in December, Alex Ferguson's team have played 35 matches, 12 more than their opponents tonight. Bayern clinched the German title 2 weeks ago. Their cup final is still more than 2 weeks away. United are cramming it all into 10 dizzy days. This is a handicap race they're trying to win, and they've given themselves a greater handicap now with the concession of the early goal. And here's the man who scored it, Basler. Charged down by Irwin.
Yeah, it's good defensive play by Dennis Irwin. It's very important that the two defenders, the two wide defenders, block the crosses. No, it's got to solve half the problem with the big centre forward Janker. Don't let the crosses in.
Johnson there ahead of Effenberg. Nicky Butt up to Dwight York. Now Ryan Giggs. Beckham looking to break on a more familiar track on the outside, but instead Giggs looks for York. Good strong header by Gary Neville. Kuffour. Stam in the way. This is Blomqvist. Zickler who caught one there on the right ear. Beckham. In towards York. Picked off though by Kuffour. Giggs' run was impeded there, and the referee has spotted that and awarded a free kick in Manchester United's favour.
Yeah, it's a great decision. A lot of refs wouldn't have picked that up. I thought it blocked him off. A lot of refs might have been watching the ball. Tarnat just blocked Giggs off.
Ronnie Johnson is trotting forward here. Beckham free kick comes to nothing.
Yeah, he's unhappy with the movement from the front players. He thinks the ball in, he thinks the delivery was quite good.
Well, in Toulouse against Romania, in Lens against Colombia, he looked as good a central midfield player as the World Cup preliminaries had to offer. It's been said that he will grow and mature into that more pivotal role later in his career. Well, maybe the growing pains are over. This is David Beckham in the centre of the game. Told is onside. Goal kick.
It's noticeable at the moment as well that Bayern looks as if they've pulled into a flat back four. Obviously, Babel's not just going to go and press in against the left-sided player. He's going to play as an orthodox right back. Mateus has stepped right through the two centre-backs. He's playing more or less as the anchor man in midfield now.
Free kick has gone Bayern Munich's way this time. Stam on Janker. Could be brothers, couldn't they?
He is a big guy, isn't he? He's a big fellow, Janker. There may come a time in the game when Stam may just have to let him head him and just pick up the flick-ons.
Janker's there to aim for on the edge of the penalty area. Instead, it's played short to Mateus. Now it's hooked in towards Carsten Janker, and it's too long. Well, he's the biggest name in the Bayern side, Lothar Matthäus. Is he their biggest weakness? He didn't look to be in the autumn of his career against Manchester United back in September, but he's made it back to the spring and to within one game of filling in the missing square on the most impressive CV in European football at the present.
I think what he is very intelligent. I mean, obviously you don't play at the level he's played at without being intelligent, but now he's stepped back behind the defenders. He doesn't try to engage any forwards at all. He likes to be spare, whether he's in midfield or at the back.
Manchester United and York here would love to engage him at some stage.
Yeah, that's what they've got to try and do, put him under pressure, but it's very difficult when the markers are doing the job so efficiently, and he's such an intelligent player.
Manchester United trail to a 6th-minute free kick by Mario Basler. Gary Neville with a long throw. Stam arriving unseen, knocked it down, might come for Andy Cole! Oh, he was knocked against Cole! And just wide. He didn't know a great deal about the final attempt at goal, or indeed about the chance that came and went in front of him before it.
Yeah, just didn't fall in his path. He thought the ricochet had gone into net, but that's a result of some very smart play by United. Stam arrived late for the long throw, won the aerial battle because he wasn't picked up, and on another time that'll fall down to Cole's feet, would have given him a clear sight of goal.
Johnson penalised. So we've had a quarter of an hour of the kind of incident and excitement that we have come to expect when Manchester United are playing in Europe.
He's not letting much go, Mr. Collina.
More danger now as Bayern Munich bring Thomas Linker forward from the back. Babel is in there too. But Basler had other ideas. That's him, though. He upset the international coach this season with a late-night poker game before the Holland match. He upset his club coach with a Christmas record that he made with a pornographic film star in Germany. And in the Bayern handbook, he says his favourite woman is the Queen, his hobby is sleeping. Well, the joke was lost on Hitzfeld at Old Trafford because he dropped him there after a miserable effort in the training the night before the game, but he is capable of what we have seen tonight from that free kick.
Well, all those things you just sort of listed sort of put him down as star quality. He'd be a sensation in England.
Yeah, you'd sign him straight away, wouldn't you?
I would. Hey, he can take free kicks like that, I would as well. But he is by far the most creative player they've got. He's the unpredictable one.
This is Zickler. Now Eckenberg. Hooked over the head of Janker towards Zickler.
You know, the two central defenders for United are certainly having the work cut out at the moment.
Janker caught Beckham late, but Manchester United have possession. And now they've lost it. Jeremis, well, offside Zickler, but I am not so sure.
No, and let's be fair, once Zickler gets away, they'll have a problem catching him because he is quick.
Referee just having a word with Janker for that very loose challenge on Beckham, but with Zickler offside, nothing like.
It's a stroke of luck they've had there.
He is an awesome physical specimen. He's as quick as he's strong. He's an express locomotive, Alexander Zickler.
There's his shadow.
Jeremis close to Beckham. It's a good pass from Schmeichel. Irwin under pressure after Budapest rather tamely surrendered the ball. Offside. Johnson's free kick. Header away is by Linker. This is Zickler. Came off Basler for a Manchester United throw. Lundqvist. Owen down to Butt. Straight to Mateus. Zickler is in an offside position this time. The flag doesn't go up, so Ronnie Johnson has to tidy up when he would have preferred the free kick. Hitzfeld 2 years ago in Munich. Liverpool's Karl-Heinz Riedler was the hero of Borussia Dortmund's surprise win over Juventus in the final, and now the Bayern Munich coach, having masterminded that success, is bidding to become only the second man to win the trophy with two different clubs. Free kick given against Neville. Offside there.
After nearly close to 20 minutes, you know, Bayern are playing very well, aren't they? They're playing very efficient. They've got a game plan they're playing at and they're sticking at. Jeremy's just seen to it that Beckham gets no freedom. The two strikers are pulling very wide in the initial build-up and making life difficult for the United central defenders to mark them.
And they're in front, but in towards Giggs. Basler's header.
I've still got my doubts that Senor Collina gave him a legitimate free kick that led to the goal.
Tarnap taking a chance. Giggs picking his pocket. Here's David Beckham. Well, it's ironic that we find him there in a crossing position, and he knocks it against the shins of Michael Tarnap.
Yeah, it's a poor ball by Giggs though. Giggs should have cut the defender out the game completely there.
Beckham's corner. Headed behind is by Jens Jeremis. Both Stam and Jonsson are forward. Giggs offering the short option. I don't think Jeremis was anything like the required distance from the corner. It has become a throw-in now. Beckham's cross towards the near post. York trying to make something of it. Kahn had to improvise. Mateus with a header, and then Effenberg with a volley clearance. And Bayern Munich were almost caught napping there. Dwight York just trying to hook the ball goalwards. Andy Cole has been pushed off it.
It's pretty cold.
The sheer presence of Kahn.
Pretty Cole couldn't have just made another yard there, but
Gary Neville, almost a little too strong in the direction of Andy Cole. Those two are going to be together for most of the night.
A good front play again from Janka. Went Stam under pressure, made sure that they got a throw in high up in the park. And they actually can throw a long ball up both sides.
Tarnap's long throw and towards Effenberg. Dealt with first by Johnson, then by Neville, then by Blomqvist. York's laying claim to it. Irwin forward to Cole. Down to Beckham. Promising Manchester United move. Blomqvist on the ball. Played behind Beckham. It was a loose pass. Blomqvist has got a second chance. Nicky Butt in space. Now Ryan Giggs. Onto his favourite left foot. Well blocked by Jeremis. Felt kindly for Barber to clear.
There's one little thing, you know, but United may be a problem for them with the two wide players they've got. Giggs naturally will come in field with his left foot. Blomqvist on the other side always has a tendency to come in field. You know, and really, they're really looking for somebody that can take the ball on and go behind the Bayern back line.
Basler. sold Ziegler short. Johnson did well though. Beckham seeing plenty of the ball. Nicky Butt, his minder in midfield. Beckham, perfect for Cole. He's onside here. Andy Cole, good first touch. Trying to squeeze it across towards York. He'll get another chance. He'll need another though.
Yeah, he panicked a bit, got excited. Great first move, great movement. Questionable whether he was offside or not, but really ought to produce something more than that.
Beckham starting to spray the ball though. Here he is again. In towards Cole once more, headed away by Linker. Tidied up by Basler. Played Babel into trouble as it happened. Just managed to get out of that trouble. Bayern have the throw. Fantastic vocal support for Manchester United. A 30,000 ticket allocation, but there seems to be twice that number of Manchester United supporters inside the Nou Camp Stadium. Beckham. Bonfils trying to sneak in behind Babel, who's tall enough to get it clear. Stamp. This is a return visit for both clubs. Bayern came from behind to beat Barcelona 2-1 here in November. They also won a UEFA Cup semi-final at the Nou Camp 3 years ago. The 3-3 draw in which United were involved in November at this stadium was, well, the highlight of the season for me so far. They haven't actually won here, though. 2-4 is going to be okay. And so is York. 2-4 is going to be asked to go to the sidelines to complete his rehabilitation. Manchester United have a free kick. Beckham or kicks. It's David Beckham. Turned away by Thomas Linker from in front of Dwight York. There's a corner. I swear I can hear Oliver Kahn from here. Beckham's corner. In towards Cole at the near post. Kahn did just about enough. Fell kindly for Jeremis. Neville. Beckham offside.
There's no question when they get the ball in those wide areas, United in the last third, that they have the, if they can put them under the bar, that's something that Kahn, I don't think Kahn's particularly happy with crosses. I think he's a great, brave shot blocker. I've got question marks, seen him over the years, got question marks whether he's the best in the world at dealing with crosses.
Cole. Beckham. Towards Andy Cole, taken out by Tarnack. Stand there ahead of Janka, but offside against Andy Cole. Goal with a little over 5 minutes played by Mario Basler. Given from a disputed free kick just outside the penalty area, but curled past his own player Babel on the end of the wall, and that separates the two teams. Force header, but now Giggs in towards Butt. He stepped into trouble if anything. There was an opportunity for Nicky Butt to have a swing at that first time.
Yeah, it's two occasions on the edge of the box. I'm watching Nicky Butt play. Nicky Butt, I think, should be told just go mark Effenberg in midfield and let Beckham push forward. I think Beckham's playing a little bit too deep. Sometimes the playmaker gets that tendency. He wants to go deep to be on the ball all the while.
Tarnack's cross beyond Janka. Dennis Irwin in that neat and orderly fashion of his. Just returns the ball to his skipper.
Just wondered if Butt said, all right, I'll take, because he's out of the game at the moment, Nicky Butt. He looks as if he's out of sorts with himself at the moment. If he just said, right, I'll play the anchor job. I'll take hold of Effenberg. You try and push yourself up higher up the field to Beckham. You know, the little area outside the box where he's got a chance of pinging 25-yard shots in.
I don't think Beckham would have thought twice about a shot in that previous instance.
No, and there's a little one before, wasn't there, when Blancos came in field and just rolled it into his run.
Here is Beckham. Tackled though by Jeremis. Mateus is on the ball. Options right and left. Lothar Mateus. Carsten Janker. Over-elaborate a little bit, but Zickler's not frightened to hit it.
They got out of that cheaply, Man United. When they started raiding up the field in Bayern Munich, you're looking at Mateus in possession, whereas he's had it covered pretty well all the way, I think. But you know, you've got Zickler, and then you've got Effenberg, all great players, and I thought they just took the heat out of the attack there.
Ryan Giggs. Control let him down.
I've seen Giggsy play on the right wing quite a few times and play quite well, Clive. But he's normally taken off a little bit of a roving commission. It seems as if he's playing a very disciplined out on this side. Subsequently, he's not getting as much free ball as he'd like. I think if they could risk it, it is a problem because Tarnat then might step forward and start hammering crosses over. But I think Giggs is trying, you know, I think he's got to try and impose himself more on their back line.
Certainly when he first emerged in the Manchester United team, Giggs and Lee Sharp alternated quite frequently. Over the head of Tarnat. Cole trying to make something of it. Corner kick, says the assistant on the near side.
Yeah, good throw that from Gary Neville. He was insisting on people getting in behind the back line. He threw it a distance for them. And that's what happens if you turn defensives round. You're always liable to corners and throw-ins in the last third.
Half an hour into the 1999 Champions League final. Beckham's corner, bouncing awkwardly past everybody. Well, you wonder how it could have missed everybody. Mateus emerges with the ball. Forward towards Zickler. Gary Neville points to his goalkeeper, who responds. Terrific clearance again from Schmeichel, matched by the control of Giggs. Oh, he's one-on-one here with Tarnat. He can really run him. Pushed inside. Dwight York now! Didn't really get hold of it. The steam was taken off it by Mateus. Creating openings rather than chances. There has only been one European game so far this season in which Manchester United have failed to score, and that was way back in the preliminary stages in August in faraway Łódź in Poland. Seems a long time ago now. Giggs is on the ball again. Shown too much of that to Effenberg, but managed to recover it. Basler stammering the way. David Beckham. Picking out Andy Cole, looking to link up with Dwight York. Holds off Kufuor, feeds Beckham. Crossed in towards York again. Kufuor was in the way. I suppose the last place we expected to see Beckham tonight was out on this right-hand side in his familiar crossing position. The 2 or 3 times he's got there, he hasn't quite produced. This is Mateus. Well, I saw the morning newspaper headlines, I think, and felt that his career was coming to a perfect finale. It was speculative from Lothar Mateus 10 years ago, maybe.
When he was in his pomp, that was his scene there. I mean, we talk about Beckham. When this fellow was in his pomp, about the time you're talking about Italian 90 and all that, he would have buried that. He could whack him.
Johnson got the header wrong. And he was held by Carsten Janker. One-time ugly duckling who's suddenly swanning around the German international squad and is being talked about as the future for club and country at centre-forward. Carsten Janker won a lot of games, a lot of respect since the turn of the year. He's never been a man to mess with, now he's a man to really reckon with. Giggs. Cole. Tried to push off Kufor. Giggs tried to turn it into the area. Came for Beckham. York was waiting. Babel got in front of him. Zickler back inside of his box. Butt first to the ball. Might come for Jesper Blomqvist. Blomqvist has been on the fringe of the game so far. This is Zickler.
I think if he continues to play the way he is doing, he'll be off the game.
Nicky Butt. Well, the tackle was good.
I think Alex has done him a big favour by picking him for a match of this importance, but I don't think he'll tolerate his level of performance too much longer.
He hasn't played for 2.5 weeks, Jesper Blomqvist. He was on the substitutes bench at Wembley. He'll be back there in 10 days' time with Sweden. Hope he plays like this then.
I'm never quite sure why I know defenders can always push wide players infield, but he goes in quite naturally. And it all gets a bit bunched.
Babel. Run off the ball by York. Beckham's there again. Dennis Irwin. And Beckham's control wasn't the best initially, but he recovered. What a whack from Carsten Janker for his troubles. Schmeichel got that clearance wrong, and here's Basler on the ball. Effenberg. Mateus.
There's every opportunity Mateus steps in. You don't know whether he's playing behind the back line or whether he steps in and plays as a sort of midfield player.
Searching run from Giggs, who's looking for a free kick. Yerimis caught up with him. There's been promise about Manchester United, but it's rare for them to go 35 minutes this season without a stitch-on chance, and they haven't really had one.
I tell you what, it's the longest period I think we can remember this season where they haven't played a really fluent move. They've had one or two little bitty ones. I know they're playing very effective. Bayern are playing tactically very, very effective, making it difficult for them all the while.
Beckham in towards Giggs. Flag is up. Hit Ryan Giggs on the back. I don't think anything would have come of it.
It's certainly not the usual fluidity, is there, or sometimes the interchanging. I mean, it may well be that York's got to drop deep a little bit to get possession.
Well, it certainly wasn't Giggs, and I can't see how York on the far side was in an active area, really. Beckham is the mainspring, though, of Manchester United's creative effort.
He's still playing too deep for me. He's playing it well, but I think a player as effective as him...
Giggs is crossed away by Kufor.
A player as effective as as David Beckham, you want threatening the edge of their box as much as you can. I mean, he does do that role very well. I mean, we've heard people say today you could do with a Beckham central midfield or a Beckham on the wing. I think you could actually do with him pushing up further where he's playing now.
Basler. Tackled by Butt, but it's come here for Zickler, trying to turn Ronnie Johnson. Down they all go. And it's Blomqvist who came in from behind. Corner kick is the end game.
This fella always suggests Basler that he's going to produce something out of the ordinary. That's a lucky deflected pass into Zickler's run. Yeah. After that, it was scramble, 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 wasn't it?
Good tackle by Nicky Butt, wasn't it? The two challenges that followed were a little bit untidy. Plenty of options here for Bayern Munich. Basler will take the corner. In towards Babel. And he's been penalised. Manchester United have a free kick. Marcus Babel, who looks set to join Manchester United after Euro 96. A £5 million deal was set up.
Just watch 25 Linker here, you know. Just watching it. He's gone in front of Babel. You can't quite see that. He actually got into the middle of the goal and marked. That ball would have been a slightly bit lower. I think he'd have been onto that himself.
York. Gary Neville offering an alternative on the right-hand side. Beckham, though, rolls it down the centre towards Giggs. Turned off to Cole. Cole on the turn. Scuffed it through the legs of Kufor, but it needed a lot more power on the shot to treble Oliver Kahn.
Yeah, but unlucky. I mean, sometimes they go in... You know, if he hits it full ball, that might have really given Kahn a problem. See Janker, every ball that's gone back.
And that's why
Yeah, every ball that's gone back to Schmeichel, they've obviously done the homework, and they're saying, go and press him, and as much as possible, make him kick with his left foot. You watch when Janka makes his run at him, he runs on the side and says, go on, so he naturally shapes Schmeichel to play off his left side. And to be fair, 1 or 2 kicks have gone a distance, but 1 or 2 have gone very dangerously to the opposition.
Cold split. This is York. Loud to turn. Brings Ryan Giggs into it. Giggs' cross, hung up towards Jesper Blomqvist. Bit of a mismatch really with Babel, but he's managed to emerge with the ball. Now Dennis Irwin in low towards York. Linker just managed to cut it out. Neville retrieves it. It's Giggs. Blomqvist arriving late in the day, but a pass that was always curling beyond his reach. Manchester United 0, Bayern Munich 1. Mario Basler, the goal scorer, in the 6th minute, direct from a free kick on the edge of the Manchester United penalty area. Zickler trying to hook the ball beyond Jonsson. His collision with Alexander Zickler was perceived as being accidental by the referee. Bounced away from York. Samuel Kuffour cleared, although free kick has been given in Manchester United's favour for the initial challenge by the Ghanaian. Now, it's not the ideal side of the goal for Beckham, but it's pretty much his range, and he is a conjurer from this kind of distance. And there are 1 or 2 anxious looks around the Bayern Munich penalty area. They know what's coming here. What can they do about it? Five minutes of the first half remaining. Manchester United needs something. David Beckham has pulled it a little bit. He's not only assumed the mantle of the central midfield player, but the personality is really trying to boss the whole performance, isn't he?
I think he's doing excellent there as a playmaker. He's taking the responsibility, he's accepting the ball, he's passing it about, everything's going through him. I just can't help thinking that he's doing it in areas where, if you're one of the Munich people, you'd be happy for him to do it there. You'd be more concerned if he was doing it in the high part of the field. This is the little fella that... Oh, he's in again!
Under pressure by Jeremis. Schmeichel has to come and deal with it. Now Peter, steady.
No, I think he tried to put Giggsy on the right. I don't think, Peter, you could quite do that as effectively. But what about the little challenge prior to that? Little Jeremis. He is everywhere. He's a little ratter in midfield.
I'll tell him you said that.
Oh no, that's a compliment. He is. I've seen him play a few times and heard all the comments and that, but he's different class than us.
I don't think your wife would take it as a compliment.
He has got an unfortunate face, you have to be honest, but I mean, he is a good player.
This is York. Now Irwin. Blomqvist. Beckham. York. Into Cole. Slip through. Ryan Giggs trying to get there. Oliver Kahn does get there. Giggs was under pressure from Tana, in fairness. He was always just losing that race.
Yeah, but that's better from United. A nice little pull-off from York. York dropped into midfield, so links up with Beckham. Feeds his mate in up front. Little nudge, or he mistimes it. And Giggs is flying off the flank. That's brave goalkeeping. Good defending. Bad luck from United's point of view, that. But that's better. That was slicker.
There's an offside flag up against Carsten Janka here.
When you think back to the semi-final against Arsenal, 1 or 2 of the performances we've seen from United, they're always at the best when they're playing for me. Quick, bright 1 and 2 touch all over the field. They haven't really had the targets to hit at the moment. Bayern have stifled everything, or most of the stuff they try to present.
Dennis Irwin with a free kick. Towards the head of Dwight York, dealt with by Samuel Kuffour. Gary Neville, Ryan Giggs, into York again. It's Giggs, hit against Kuffour. It's a corner kick to Manchester United. Last 2 minutes of the first half.
But that's better again from York. He started pulling and showing for the ball a little bit more. If he pushes up, it just plays up against Kuffour all night, Kuffour will bury him. He wants to be just dropping off and receiving and flinking the play a bit.
Bits and pieces for Manchester United, but not a real clear-cut chance yet. Beckham. Well, it fell for Khan almost on his goal line. Johnson was the nearest Manchester United player.
And they've been excellent in terms of, I have to hand it to Bayern, they've been excellent in terms of the way they played tactically. Dennis
Irwin in pursuit of Nicky Butt's pass.
They made sure, incidentally, that neither Irwin, and particularly Neville, after his performance on Saturday, when he got a lot at the field and hit some great crosses in the cup final, as soon as he receives possession, one of the strikers gets out and makes sure he doesn't progress. Well, they're giving Schmeichel a little respite, are they? I don't think he's used to that.
Irwin losing out to Mateus. Effenberg. Babel. Basler is onside here. Early cross in towards Janka. Trying to set up Zickler. It's Johnson who comes between them and just about manages to wrestle the ball away from Janka in the scrimmage. Irwin. Forward towards Cole. It's fallen nicely here for Andy Cole. He's got York, Beckham and Giggs in support. Cole. It's Giggs. Well, the deflection just took a little bit of the weight off the cross and it sort of looped onto Ryan Giggs' head.
Yeah, the ball came over very soft. But this is what would worry me. This is the most worrying part of United's game. They're not functioning as an attacking unit, but they're having too many problems defensively. I think Big Janka's a handful for them. He's going in and pressurising. Zickler's always in attendance. And certainly, I don't think Johnson or Stam are very happy with what's going on at the moment.
Stoppage time at the end of the first half, which has not gone Manchester United's way. Not been much between the teams. They're only going to have one additional minute. But there is one goal between the teams, and Bayern have defended that well since the opening moments of the game. Alex Ferguson has commented on several occasions this season how his team have made him suffer for the glory they've gained. Mario Basler gave Bayern Munich the lead inside of 6 minutes here tonight, and United have had to suffer somewhat since then, but Ferguson's got his chance to have his word with the teams now. It's Manchester United 0, Bayern Munich 1. With Aberdeen in 1983, when they beat Bayern Munich en route to the final. 16 years later, he was given the freedom of Aberdeen. I don't think Manchester will take quite so long if they can pull it round here tonight. It has been taught that with the CBE and OBE that's already on his letterhead, it could be a rise to Alex. We shall see. Certainly in the early years, teams often came from behind to win the European Cup final. Real Madrid did it 3 times in the first 5 years of the competition, but more recently, it's happened just once since the mid-70s. Porto in 1987, who were 1 down with 12 minutes to go and won it 2-1 against Bayern Munich. Mateus was Bayern captain that day. Here's Effenberg. Basler. Effenberg, who hasn't been a dominant figure in the game as yet.
No, he's had a very quiet game.
Tarnat's cross. Stam sliced it, and it fell kindly for Peter Schmeichel. Maybe a sign that Manchester United's luck may be changing. Here is Mateus. Now Janka trying to hold off Johnson, who's forced him wide, but Janker still managed to squeeze in a shot, and Schmeichel had to smuggle it behind for a corner. He believes it was already over the line, but it was a bit of a let-off in truth.
Now, when he's big, he's powerful, he's surged. It's quite a well-timed tackle, but it hasn't gone out of play. And at that stage, you're wondering if he hope he didn't wrap his foot around it too much. And the referee, so the linesman spot on that particular time.
Basler takes in towards Zickler at the near post. It's York who's defending it, but Basler can strike it back in there, and David Beckham is the man guarding the near post.
In the first half, Lincoln managed to get himself in. They're quite a big side, actually, Bayern, and I think they do actually outsize United in defensive areas.
Basler takes. Turned away at the near post by York, and here comes Blomqvist now on the break, with Giggs steaming down the centre and Cole already ahead of him. Here goes Ryan Giggs, but Mario Basler, who's not known for his industry, caught up with a pretty weak pass from Jesper Blomqvist. Manchester United need to find a bit more zip, a bit more precision about their work. Irwin almost opened up for him. Cole trying to protect the ball, but he's been penalised.
Yeah, he's trying to make a little angle so Irwin could slide it up alongside him, but he went over the top.
Basler. I don't think so.
Well, he's a game lad, hasn't he? Tried it with a free kick earlier on. He scored with the free kick. He tried one from a distance, tried to catch Schmeichel napping.
Where would you stand on moving Beckham and Giggs back to their flanks and changing centre midfield, Ron?
Well, I certainly think in the shape of things, that would be their best shape. Just trying to figure whether you bring David May on and push this fella into midfield, Johnson, where he's played very effectively, or somehow or other, I think they've got to try and get Sheringham on me.
They can try and smuggle Paul Scholes on, but he's a bit distinctive, really, isn't he? I don't think they get away with it. That's what they could do with. When he arrived back from Turin after the semi-final win in the early hours of the morning, the first thing Alex Ferguson did was to watch a video of ITV's highlights of the Bayern semi, even before he went to bed. He's had 7 big games since then, but he's always had half an eye on tonight, but he's got half a midfield, really.
The other alternative would be perhaps to put Phil Neville in midfield.
Johnson's header away. Here's Blomqvist. It's better from him. Cole. Kufur just had a yard start on it.
In actual fact, he's defended excellently, Kufur. He's been strong, he's been competitive against it, and he's shown a turn of pace there as well against Cole.
Blomqvist. Given away needlessly to Zickler, and here's Effenberg breaking clear now. Only Janker up with him for the moment. Zickler arriving in support.
I think we'd have to say as well, I mean, we're talking about Beckham going back on the right and so forth. I mean, Beckham has played well in the central of midfield, so I mean, you can't criticise that. It's just that maybe that last ball, the final delivery, Sheringham's getting a bit of a telling off about where he's warming up. Maybe, maybe that's the thing they're missing.
On his left foot again with Janker very close, didn't quite get it away. Stam had to. Oh, but it's done. It's fallen here for Cole. York. Irwin. Now Butt. Neville. Out to Giggs. Taking on Tana. Winning a corner kick. Enter Johnson and Stam on a return ticket from the back. Almost 6 minutes of the second half play. Beckham in towards Johnson. He was under pressure and couldn't direct the header in the way that he wished. Bayern claim their very own European Cup for keeps with their hat-trick of successes up to 1976. This is their third attempt to win the final since then. There was that Porto aberration in Vienna I was talking about in 1987, and 5 years earlier they were beaten by Peter Wid's carefully placed goal for Aston Villa in Rotterdam. But Bayern have gone out of Europe to English clubs more times than they've gone through down the years. And only one German team has ever beaten Manchester United, and that was Ottmar Hitzfeldt's Borussia Dortmund 2 years ago. Hitzfeldt now in charge of Bayern. Manchester United throw. Jeremis just a little too high that time on Owen. Well, he's a real sweatbox in that Bayern Munich midfield. He seems to have been everywhere, making life difficult for Manchester United tonight. Beckham's free kick. Headed by Kufur. Cole trying to turn it down to York, looking to set up, but wouldn't quite happen. Jeremis is there again. Such an energetic player. Effenberger's found Matthäus. Support here from Basler. Came off Blomqvist, it's a corner to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, it's good work from Blomqvist there. Good break there, very dangerous break from Bayern. Switched the ball very quickly forward.
And Matthäus, again, popping up on the edge of the Manchester United penalty area. Not the penalty area we expected to see him in tonight. Basler's corner. In towards Babel, who very nearly reached it. Ronnie Johnson seemed to be holding him, I have to say. Didn't quite catch up with him. Effenberg with another cross. In towards Kufur this time. And he just couldn't quite wrap his head around the ball.
Yeah, they're a big, powerful side, and they're certainly making their presence felt. I think United have had one or two let-offs on corners.
Babel's number 2 here. Well, this is the second header, sorry. There's better chances from the left side.
It's very unfortunate there, Kufur driving, trying to keep the ball in the danger zone. That's something you don't really expect with English sides against top European sides.
Giggs taking on Tarnat again. Got his cross in. York's there! Terrific defending, though, by Thomas Linker. Headed down by Babel. Still a chance for Dwight York, turned away from goal. Giggs. Bayern stretch. They've escaped with a corner.
Yeah, they have escaped as well. That was a good little build-up. York was unlucky on the first header. They kept the pressure on, and you'd expect somebody like Ryan Giggs to produce a ball from there.
Manchester United getting some heat on here. Beckham's corner. Header away by Jeremis inevitably. Owen back to Neville. Here's Beckham again. Stam. Neville tossed out towards Giggs. Helped into the path of Cole. Giggs again. It's Blomqvist! Well, it was being hampered by Babel, but he beat both the German defender and the German goalkeeper Kahn to the ball and couldn't quite take Manchester United's best chance of the night so far.
Well, it's a good ball going in. He's done well to force himself in Babel. Kahn's come out and blocked. It would have been a very hard one for... It's a chance, it's a good chance. One, I must say, he's made himself by driving in there.
Terrific vocal support for Manchester United, who are on the up here. York with a loose ball, though. They can't afford now to lose this momentum. First persistent pressure they've managed tonight. Jeremis, though. Given away. Gary Neville. Butt will take up the baton. Dispossessed by Jeremis. Sold Effenberg short. Beckham got in there. Butt got in there. Free kick to Manchester United. But they're making life uncomfortable now for their vaunted opponents.
Yeah, they've also lifted the fans again. They've got the fans buzzing now. Whether that's that attempt of Blomqvist, but they need somebody to just give them that adrenaline rush.
Onside, Zickler to Basler. Held up though by Jaap Stam. That's terrific defending. Basler's not doing a bad thing there. Stam's frightened him off.
Somebody told him they'd turn that.
What did Manchester United pay for Jaap Stam? Once his transfer fee was attached to his every mention like an extra name, but nobody cares to remember anymore. However much it was money well spent. Offside. Well, we're on that same knife edge we've been with Manchester United for much of this European run. Knife edge decision there.
Yeah, I was wondering at half-time that Fergie didn't mention that, saying these boys have taken me to the edge on virtually every match, as if they deliberately do it.
Given away by Mateus to Giggs. It might come for Cole. Strong challenge by Linker. Falls for Mateus. Well, 4 years ago in this stadium, Alex Ferguson endured what he himself described as the most chilling, chastening experience of his career when in understrength Manchester United were beaten 4-0 by Romario and company for Barcelona. 3 quarter-finals and 2 semi-finals later, he's returned hoping for a champion experience. And he says they can make him the happiest man in the world tonight. Well, they need a goal from somewhere. No doubt that Linker got the ball.
And this is where, you know, we talked about the absence of Roy Keane. It was, you know, he's been probably their best player all season. But it's in games like this that Scholes has changed. With a little bit of midfield genius, a little trick in midfield, whatever.
There's no point in worrying about what you can't have. It's Hassan Salihamidzic who scored the Bayern Munich goal at Old Trafford in December. The anchor going down rather dramatically as Johnson clears the ball. Mario Basler just lifted into the path of Marcus Babel. Sharp challenge from Johnson.
Yeah, I think we'll see a long one in here, though. I think they can throw them in from here. Basel can throw a fair ball. And it gives them a time to load some of those big guys. Babel staying in there. Janker Effenberg. Oh, he's kidded them.
Mateus. Basler. Driven in. Effenberg couldn't control it. Giggs controlled it high up in his arm, but got away with it. Well, it's a surging run by Giggs, and he was hacked down there. And we're going to see the first yellow card of the evening, and Michael Tarnack's had a problem all night with Ryan Giggs.
This is rightly so, though. He knows where Giggs is going. He knows Giggs is going past him, and he's going to make sure he doesn't.
Effenberg did get a bit of the ball, in fairness.
Yeah, but that's a bad challenge from the left full back, Tarnack.
I think it's Effenberg, yeah. I don't think Tarnack quite caught up. It's Effenberg who's got it.
Because it's certainly Tarnack that caught Giggs. Certainly Tarnack has caught Giggs' leg.
Beckham. Driven in towards Giggs and Blomqvist. Oh, Carr was taken out by his own defender. But lifting it back into the danger area. Mateus is the last man. Quite see the need for the flag there. More than an hour gone. Goal in the 6th minute of the first half by Mario Basler, direct from a free kick. The only goal of the Champions League final thus far. Beckham. Giggs. It's possessed by Tarn at that time. Zickler to Effenberg. This is Tarn. Tarn doing some good work. Beckham. But Giggs. That's a lot of Cole, and Linker defending very efficiently again. He's a stone-faced, rock-solid German international defending machine, Thomas Linker. But clearly there are changes afoot. Steve McClaren just discussing them with Alex Ferguson. Phil Neville in the foreground is a candidate. But Beckham, Neville offering him an option down the right-hand side. Giggs let it run. Kufur wasn't having any of that. Janka. Put out with consummate ease by Stam. If only Manchester United hadn't been chasing the game from so early. Bayern Munich have been so solid behind the ball. The man who's made them chase, Basler. And again, he's looking to do Schmeichel, who stumbles. Well, he saw what he wanted to do, and he very nearly pulled it off.
That's not the worst attempt you've ever seen, is it? Full marks for quick thinking there again. And ironically enough, see, he was fronting him up. Beckham, he would. I bet when he turned around and saw it going towards goal, he thought, I've seen this before.
It was well inside the United half. That's tap-in range for David Beckham, mate.
I tell you what, he's thankful to see that. He's stumbling, he's twisting.
I don't think he'd have reached it. Teddy Sheringham is going to be the change. Now, is he going to boldly put him alongside Budd at the heart of midfield and move Beckham back?
I think he should bring this fella off. Definitely should bring Blomqvist off. Either switch Giggs across and move York out to the right or whatever. Get Sheringham on in a loose position somewhere behind the front.
Well, who got the last touch here? still no wiser. Talking about that 83 Winners' Cup final which Aberdeen won. It was a substitute who won it for them, John Hewitt. Sheringham makes the impact he did on Saturday when he scored in 80 seconds, dude.
I think if he scores in the 80th minute, we're not going to be too unhappy at the moment.
Tarnat though. Mateus. Yelemis. Effenberg. To Mateus. Offside, Carsten Janka was the furthest man forward. Now 25 minutes remaining. Cole flick towards York. Turned away by Linker. There's a flag against Janka here. And here comes Teddy Sheringham. Stripped off anyway, so the free kick's going to be taken before he arrives. into Cole. Now Irwin. Cole. Beckham. Crossed in towards York, just picked up by Mateus. It's out of play, there's a corner. Trying to get Sheringham off of the corner, I fancy. It is Jesper Lundqvist. It's a big hand from Alex Ferguson on the touchline. But Teddy Sheringham, who has played in 8 of the 10 games since his recall for the FA Cup semi-final, is on in the European arena, having won the Man of the Match award at Wembley on Saturday. Beckham takes in towards Stam. Almost made too good a contact with it.
Certainly Beckham looks as if he's going out to the right. Now whether he's gonna push, he's told Beckham to play right and narrow. I'll tell you what he's going to do. He's going to play 3 up front, perhaps Yorkie in the hole a little bit, and pull Giggs and Beckham a little bit narrower. They'll still play on the side. Butt will play as the anchor man, but he's got Beckham and Giggs playing sort of midfield, breaking out from those midfield areas.
What he has done is change the shape here.
And he's changed the shape of the front. I mean, we would have assumed if he's going to play with 3 front players, he'd have played Teddy behind Yorkie and Cole, but he looks as if he's going to go the other way. And guess who's going to pick York up straight away? Jeremies.
Sheringham, beaten to it by Kufor. Clearance by Babel. Alex Ferguson has played his card. With a quarter of the final remaining.
I think that's the reason why he's going to. Why they've probably pushed him up front to try and see if he can get him against Mateus and win a few headers.
Beckham is back on that right flank beat.
Yeah, his responsibility, his job is to sort of play from in to out. His Giggs on the other side.
York. It's Cole! He didn't begin to get hold of it, really.
Oh, he had time and he had space. Yorkie had lost the marker. Cole had time and space, all right. It's always going to be a lottery when you try a bicycle kick, but I mean, this is a nice height for him. We've seen him hit these before. Oh, and he shinned it.
It is getting better for Manchester United. A little over 20 minutes remaining.
I think what this will do as well, this particular shape, it'll encourage both flank defenders to push on. I mean, there'll just be a little bit of space outside the midfield players.
Well, they're in for a penny now. Quite a few pennies as it happens in this competition. Just look at the size of that stadium as it rears up behind the lonely figure of Alex Ferguson. Rotmar Hitzfeld is going to counter with the German international Mehmet Scholl. Beckham. Space for Sheringham, who seems to find space. What he hasn't got as much of is pace. Just overhit from Beckham.
I don't think Giggsy would have got that, to be fair. Pace that was it.
Well, Mehmet Scholl's season only started 3 months ago. He's had Achilles problems, but he's a very experienced international player. He was in the Euro '96 winning team. Alexander Zickler is making way for him, and Scholl, the forgotten man of Munich, who's had every injury going since that Euro '96 win. He's still reaching for the heights that he's promised. He's had a recent flurry of goals. He's only 28.
I just wonder whether that's the coach Hutzfeld signalling his intent, because he can also he's probably more of a defensive player. He can also work the midfield area possibly a bit better.
He's got into a similar position to Zickler as the sort of inside left. Beckham. Owen. Away by Linker. Done by Basler to Effenberg and back to him.
I thought, I'm surprised they didn't shoot then. He's obviously seen Schmeichel off his line. They'd probably watched that in coaching. They'd probably said Schmeichel's always strays off his line. Don't be afraid to try something.
This is Mehmet Shaw, the substitute. Stefan Effenberg. Shaw again. Clever back here. Effenberg. Effenberg shot. Well, we haven't seen a great deal of the man whom Otmar Hitzfeld, Bayern Munich's coach, says is the best player in the world this year.
I have to say that's an extravagant claim, but he is a very good player. And yet United haven't really taken any special precautions for him. It just looks as if it's one of those games he hasn't been able to get into.
He scored against Kaiserslautern in the quarter-final. He motioned to his teammates to come and kiss his feet. He does sometimes play like everybody should be giving them a polish, but some of the peacock's potential has been realised this season. Effenberg has been strutting his stuff. If not tonight, then on the way to Barcelona. Apparently the only opinion that he bows to is that of his agent. She's called Mrs. Effenberg. Sheringham. Cole. Sheringham with 3 red shirts in the middle. He thought Beckham was at his shoulder and he wasn't. Mateus. He's had a good game tonight, Lothar Mateus. Shaw. Looking for Janka. Looking to let the ball run. Support. Stefan Effenberg. Oh, terrific stop by Schmeichel. Well, if there are question marks against Peter Schmeichel for the Bayern Munich goal, then some of them have just been answered.
That's an excellent break, though, isn't it? They played 3 great passes. It kicks up a little bit high for Effenberg, but he manages to get over it. Full marks for the big Dane. He keeps looking at it. He doesn't give himself up. Goes up a little bit heavy leg, but still manages to get the thing over the bar.
How key a moment is that in the night's proceedings? 17 minutes remaining. Manchester United trailed at Basler's early free kick. Basler knocks all the way back towards Shaw, and Sheringham is there, and here's Beckham now. Out towards Teddy Sheringham. Shaw just reached it. Beckham. Coaxed into Sheringham. Hasn't quite got to the pace of the game yet.
I'll tell you something else as well. We were on the pitch last night when we were having a look at it, and it's been compressed. It's a very, very hard surface. It's almost an AstroTurf type surface. And I think on 2 occasions there for Teddy Sheringham, that's what's happened to it. The first one was overhit, that one gathered pace. I just wonder whether it's his own cuteness or whatever, whether he's decided to go out on his left-hand side a lot. But he's certainly pulling wide on the left-hand side to get himself plenty of space.
Manchester United have bagged 27 goals in their 10 games of the Champions League so far this season. They haven't lost a single one. They need a goal. They need not to lose. They've got to give themselves some kind of a chance in these remaining 15 minutes. Try to get the game into extra time. Effenberg will take this free kick. Barber's going on a late run into the box. Tossed in towards Marcus Barber, but Giggs have gone with him and is able to allow the borders to bounce out of play. They've averaged 2 goals a game this season, Manchester United. It's a stunning average in a 63-game season. Can they find one? Giggs looking to go all the way on his own again. Went without the ball this time. Challenged by Butt.
Yeah, you would have thought those two would have made more contact, wouldn't you? But I mean, I would have got natural progression of the game. Butt and Effenberg would be challenging a lot more. They both had quiet games for, as I say, it's just one of those things.
towards Sheringham. Now Irwin. Giggs almost got a touch. It's been a night of almost.
Yeah, that was desperately unlucky, wasn't it? He zipped it into a danger area, Irwin. On a good night or on a better night, or when things are going through, somebody would have slid that one home. No question about it. Sheringham certainly gave them more aerial power.
At least Solskjaer is taking his tracksuit top off. Here's Effenberg. Buck down for Beckham. Play on, says the referee, although Beckham did catch Mateus. Well, he was 38 in March, Mateus. He's still in the German national team.
A lot depends on the result, how much that'll hurt tomorrow. If they win, he won't even worry about that. It'll be training. If they lose, he'll be hobbling.
He's had 2 UEFA Cup successes in his career, but never a European Cup win. He's not going to get too many more chances. Alex Ferguson discusses the options with Steve McLaren as Solskjaer readies himself. Giggs in towards Sheringham.
I think if he is going to bring the Norwegian lad on, I think that would have to be in a straight swap for Cole. And Andy Cole's worked and chased, but nothing's really happened for him tonight. In fact, nothing really has happened for Dwight York either.
Nicky Butt holding off Mateus. Irwin, Sheringham, smartly into the path of Stan. Neville. York. This long season comes to its dramatic finale with Manchester United still straining and stretching for an equaliser and time running out for them. Irwin. It's Nicky Butt. A little bit of a cul-de-sac. He finds a way out to Irwin. And Butt again. Tried to play back towards Beckham, but Effenberg was there, and here's Basler trying to break it. Turns away from Beckham. Mario Basler has 2 men in support. Basler looking to go all the way. Running at Ronnie Jonsson. It's still Basler on the ball. Scholl taking over. Oh, delicious chip. Hits the post and bounces straight back into the hands of Peter Schmeichel. Oh, a timely break for Manchester United. Mehmet Scholl, the unlucky substitute.
That's some brilliant play from Basler there. Brilliant play, and then almost an exquisite comeback from Mehmet Scholl. Hurdles one man, drives for the middle of the box here. Teases people in, finds Mehmet. And at that stage, you don't see that going anywhere else but in the net. And I wonder, you made a comment earlier when you said about Mateus coming up.
Torsten Fink is replacing Lothar Mateus.
When you made a comment earlier about when Porto beat them, and I think that's the thing. If you want United to win it, I think that's the thing that's got to drive you on.
Is it going to happen for them, though? They pushed and pushed in this second half, but twice they've been stretched on the counter. Schmeichel saving dramatically and then being rescued by his goalpost. And as a result of that, Manchester United are still in with a chance of denying Mateus the medal he craves. Beckham, Sheringham, into Butt, now York, Nicky Butt has got on, it's Butt for Manchester United, pulled back towards Cole, just wouldn't quite come for him, and Sheringham couldn't reach it either. They have a corner, they need more.
That's the
last 10 minutes.
That is their best moment of the game. Some good football. Butt's in, stands it up, and it's agonisingly close. Nobody can just get on the end of it.
Andy Cole is going to be replaced by Ole Solskjaer for these last 10 minutes. Solskjaer, who almost had to sacrifice himself wide on the right-hand side at Wembley on Saturday. Now, has he got a goal up his sleeve? It's Beckham's corner. Header away by Kuffour. Gary Neville is first to the ball. Teddy Sheringham onside, Neville's cross. Oh, the header from Solskjaer, his first touch! And Khan scrambles across to his post and saves. Oh, what a story that would have been.
I definitely would have asked Alex to do my lottery this week if that had gone.
Well, he's got 17 goals this season, Ole Solskjaer. He would be the leading scorer at 14 of our country's Premiership clubs. He has rarely been a starter for Manchester United.
I'll tell you from personal experience, he only needs 10 minutes.
We don't need 4 tonight. Came off Nicky Butt and Mehmet Scholl. Michael Tana. Torsten Flick. Jens Jeremis. Stefan Effenberg. A bit of space now for Scholl. We're bound to be. Spaces. It's Scholl! It's another good save by Schmeichel. Got to take chances, and Schmeichel has got to make that kind of a save when they get the chances.
Well, it's going to happen more and more. I don't necessarily mean the save and the shot, but they are going to get the chances to counter-attack.
Down at the end of the stadium where the Bayern Munich supporters are gathered, they have a corner kick. What a stadium. Taken by Basler in towards the anchor, and Schmeichel holds on again. Quickly bowled out to Dwight York. Solskjaer and Sheringham ahead of him, others getting there. Beckham. Sheringham. Neville. Oh, it's a poor return ball from Neville, and Manchester United could be exposed here. Basler coasting forward. Effenberg. Now Scholl. Looking again on the outside of Irwin. Corner kick.
Yeah, he's quite happy with that though, Scholl. Quite happy to let Irwin just knock it over, buy for a bit of time, take the ball away from the danger area.
Wow. Schmeichel points to his wrist as Bayern Munich tried to run down the clock. It has been on their side from the moment this man scored in the 6th minute. Mario Basler. Janker's there, Babel's there, Scholl's there with the header. Janker with the overhead, hits the crossbar. Twice the woodwork has saved Manchester United. Jeremis. Bayern Munich can't finish them off. Effenberg. Janker. Trying to spin away from Stam, who makes a challenge. Janker looking for a free kick, or a penalty I should say. Gives away a free kick. Well, Bayern Munich have not been waiting quite as long as Manchester United, but 23 years is quite long enough for a club that won its own personal European Cup as a result of its hat-trick of wins in the mid-70s. It's a club with the same traditions and expectations as Manchester United. A club that the German nation either loves or loathes, a club of legends and landmarks, a real European superpower. It's a power that Manchester United have got to overcome. In the space of 5 minutes, they're there to keep this Champions League dream, the treble dream, alive.
Yeah, and you know, if good luck plays any part of it, they've certainly had it in abundance over the last 10 minutes or so.
Kuffour with a free kick. Sheringham. Beckham. Effenberg forward. Stam to Sheringham. York. Butt. Beckham. Is there a hero in red out there waiting to be revealed? Bayern have defended so well though. Fink to Effenberg. Now Scholl. Time on their side, ball in their possession. Tana. Little ambitious. Giggs is there. Manchester United have it back. They've got to make every pass count now. Sheringham. Giggs. Came off Babel. Ran for Jeremis. Basler hemmed in. Just clears. Anywhere will do. Last 4 minutes. Ronnie Johnson. Jaap Stam. In towards Sheringham. It might run here for Solskjaer. Little back heel. Sheringham! Just dropping behind him, and he couldn't quite get maximum power on the shot, and Khan made a pretty efficient save. Fink with a header forward. It will come back at Bayern Munich though via Ronnie Johnson. Nicky Butt. David Beckham. Swung in. It's Dwight York with a header down, and he couldn't angle it towards Sheringham.
You can see Sheringham making the gesture there. This is the chance. At one stage you thought that might have been a free kick against Sheringham. Neat little back hole from Solskjaer. And really, I think that's a great chance. I mean, that's the sort of ball Sheringham hits with that little corner of his when he scores from those corners.
Bayern Munich on the same treble treadmill that United have been tirelessly running. Champions of Germany with 3 games to spare. Their cup final against Werder Bremen still more than 2 weeks away. Not even the Beckenbauer team won all 3. Can Manchester United deny them? It's Beckham. It's Neville. It's York. He miscued completely. Oh, of all the people you wanted that chance to fall to, Dwight York was that man.
I tell you what, if they can equalise, and I'm not betting against them, I think they'll win this. They're going to win it.
Solskjaer! Well, they're now creating chances for fun.
Now, folk, we saw what happened over there. The understanding that both Neville and Beckham have, and they play on the right-hand side. That's that little head. It doesn't get enough pace on it, also. But on the right, that's possibly the first time Neville's come forward on a forward run.
Beckham penalised. Bayern Munich are going to introduce Hassan Salihamidzic in place of Mario Basler. The goal scorer departs. Bosnian international replaces him. Basler motions to the Bayern Munich fans to roar their team home. Salihamidzic can't keep the ball in play. It is a throw into Manchester United. We're in the last of the 90 minutes. What we need now is the 4th official to hold a board up with about 20 on it.
Yeah, you just get the impression there's not a lot of extra time. There haven't been a lot of stoppages. But it's not over till it's over, so they say.
Barber. Oh, that's a bit loose. Solskjaer in pursuit. Linker is there. Manchester United have a throw-in. A base camp for the last final assault on the Bayern Munich lead.
I know he can't get the Stam's got to get in there. Come in late like he did for the one in the first half.
Gary Neville wants to take the long throw. Stam is forward.
Yes.
Yankers is going back to mark him belatedly. 3 added minutes. Neville's long throw. Headed by Kufur. David Beckham. Now Gary Neville. Cross deflected. Effenberg behind for a corner. Can Manchester United score? They always score.
The big goalie's coming up.
Peter Schmeichel is forward.
Can he score another in Europe? He's got one in Europe already.
Beckham. In towards Schmeichel. It's come for Dwight York. Cleared. Giggs with a shot. Sheringham! Name on the trophy. Teddy Sheringham, with 30 seconds of added time play, has equalised for Manchester United. They are Cup.
And how much do they owe? We've talked about, was he at fault for the first goal? It's a big goalkeeper, but he came up, put that one under pressure. Two missed hits, really. Giggs is a right-footed miss-hit. Sheringham's isn't the cleanest, but it's gone in the right place. And the first look is towards the linesman to say, am I offside?
Oh, Teddy.
And by the way, Bayern have taken off for me two of their best players, Basler and Mateus.
Extraordinary climax in the Nou Camp Stadium. Manchester United are level. As things stand, we will go into extra time with a golden goal hanging like a massive shadow over this final, unless Ole Solskjaer can conjure up another. You have to feel this is their year.
They must be playing defensive. Schmeichel's not coming up for this one. Thinks he's done enough.
Is this their moment? Beckham into Sheringham, and Solskjaer has won it! Manchester United have reached the promised land. Ole Solskjaer, the two substitutes, have scored the 2 goals in stoppage time, and the treble looms large.
Well, the value of Sheringham's head work, and that's great opportunity. Floating corner, he's hit some great corners, little touch, and there is a predator.
Hasn't been a good European Cup final for a while.
By the way, I did tell you only needed a minute to win it, didn't I?
And how must Lothar Matthäus be thinking? Well, with the greatest respect, who cares? Now, is that it? Or is there something more? Effenberg. Tossed in towards Babel. Cleared by Buck. History is made. Manchester United are the champions of Europe again. And nobody will ever win a European Cup final more dramatically than this. Champions of Europe, champions of England, winners of the FA Cup, everything their hearts desired. Down and out, not a bit of it. They are never out. Memories are made of this forever and a day. United fans will ask, where did you watch the 1999 European Cup final? Where did you see Ole Solskjaer win it with virtually the last kick of the final? And 50,000 or so will be able to say, I was there. What a party. Alex Ferguson is down on the touchline.
Alex Ferguson, they put you through the mill into injury time, almost lost the cup, and you win it. The new European champions, the treble, the dream come true for you.
Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Football, bloody hell. But they never give in, and that's to win it.
Absolutely fantastic.
So proud of them.
I mean, you must have thought it gone there with just a few seconds left. You sent Schmeichel up.
Yeah, I didn't say about. He went up on his own.
Did he? Right.
But anyway, fantastic. I'm so proud of my players.
Well done, Alex. You better get back there and celebrate. Fantastic.
Football. Manchester United rush it forward. Schmeichel's going first. He should be last. He won't be the first goalkeeper to collect the European Cup. I think he's probably the first name. The best last line of defence that Manchester United have ever had. Will perform his last act as a Manchester United player. David May. Phil Neville gives it a touch. Teddy Sheringham. How his Manchester United career has blossomed in the last 2 weeks. Gary Neville. captain material, the magnificent David Beckham. Ronnie Johnson is next. Then Jaap Stam. Sheringham giving it a good look.
I think they're having a look. You made a point about the engraved, whether the Bayern Munich's name had already been engraved. But didn't have a look to find out whether it has.
Schmeichel's going round again. Yeah, he's going to get the trophy this time. All getting their places ready for the photograph. One or two still to collect their medals. Oh, it'll all be rushing back to him now. It's been a long goodbye for Peter Schmeichel, but those giant hands that have done so much in Manchester United's cause in the last 8 years will now wrap themselves around the handles of the giant trophy, which says Manchester United are the champions of Europe again.